I am so excited to have found my people. I am behind on week 1, but let me just say the wannabe lawyer in me is eating this the up. This week's theme was understanding how racial hierarchy has been adapted throughout American history. And I still need to get Chemerinsky's We the People, but thus far, I've made it through the introduction and most of chapter 1 of the new Jim Crow. If you'd like to join in on my curriculum, here's our homework.
Now, get out your pencils and paper and write down the assignment.
Section 1 will be our key concepts to master. The racial caste system, a legally sanctioned system of discrimination and exclusion. Interest convergence. Derek Bell's theory that racial progress only occurs when it serves white interests. Colorblind racism. Discrimination that operates without explicitly mentioning race. And lastly, constitutional supremacy. How federal law can override state laws and when it doesn't. Section 2 is going to be our deep dive questions. And make sure you take a screenshot. We're going to take a deeper look at the historical analysis, legal mechanics, interest convergence, and constitutional framework. And lastly, our section 3 will be our weekly reflection paper. For this, we're going to focus on Alexander's argument that mass incarceration represents a stunningly comprehensive and well-disguised system of racialized social control. As I'm continuing to reflect and cultivate an answer for this question, I just wanted to read you guys a passage that I highlighted. The growing consensus among experts was perhaps best reflected by the National Advisory Commission on Criminal Justice Standards and Goals, which issued a recommendation in 1973 that no new institutions for adults should be built and existing institutions for juveniles should be closed. This recommendation was based on their finding that the prison, the reformatory, and the jail have achieved only a shocking record of failure. There is overwhelming evidence that these institutions create crime rather than prevent it. These days, activists who advocate a world without prisons are often dismissed as quacks, but only a few decades ago, the notion that our society would be much better off without prisons and that the end of prisons was more or less inevitable not only dominated mainstream academic discourse in the field of criminology, but also inspired a national campaign by reformers demanding a moratorium on prison construction. I'll be back to make sure you guys did your homework.